What's up guys, Chasing Lonely here with episode number 72 of Robin's Revival. Today's episode sees us playing relegation threatened Burnley, and should be a pretty good game. We've turned some form around, there's a whole bunch of good stuff going on. Things are looking actually positive for a change, which is confusing me. Anyway, hit like and subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff, and let's crack on with the episode. So here we are then, you can see there's a bit of team news as well for the day, where we've got Ruiz, Mancini and Renier all out or doubtful for this one. But there is positives in the league games. There are positives, let's speak English properly. In the league we currently sit 8th in the table on 39 points, which sounds great because 7th could very well turn into a European spot, given that it's, I believe, Tottenham, City, Chelsea and Arsenal in the FA Cup semi-finals. But we are also 14 points adrift of Tottenham, so lots of catching up to do if we want to claim that last spot, should it become available. It's a bit of a tricky one, in that we've finished 8th, but we're really not in danger of going any higher. We're just kind of fighting off those below us. But anyway, let's have a look at what we've missed since we last met, because that's always an important way to start off the episode. In the last game, we played Southampton, or the last episode we played Southampton. We followed that with a 3-0 home win against Manchester United. Goals from Connor and a brace from Gustavo Parody. We lost 4-1 to Chelsea, with a goal from Take Kubo being our sort of consolation. That one. We then beat Leicester 3-1 away with goals from Mancini and a brace from Gustavo Parody again. A 2-1 win against Leeds at Ellen Road with goals from Kate Gordon and Sunday Obadima. We then destroyed Middlesbrough at home 5-1. Goals from Cade Gordon, a penalty from Pedro Take Kubo, Wilmar Ruiz and Jason Connor on the score sheet, and we've just drawn 1-1 with Sheffield United with a goal from Gustavo Parody. So we've been pretty decent over the last few games. Out of the last 6 games, we've won 4, drawn 1 and lost 1, which I haven't actually checked the form table. Must put us somewhere near the top of the form guide. We'll have a little look at that just to be on the safe side, just so we know what's going on. Let's have a look. Where is the form? Form in general. We are 5th in the form table, which is pretty good. Burnley, however, are sitting 9th in the form table, so this one could go either way. Without any further ado, I think we should get into the game. Let's go look at the team selection and see what's going on. So a bit of an odd team today due to fixture pile-up and injuries and suspensions and all that kind of good stuff. I've had to pick some youth teams on the bench because we've had a whole pile of international fixtures and players who are just coming back off injury and little things happening. So you can see we are without Angel Mikel, the new signing we picked up from Real Madrid, Matiasinho, Weigl, Brun Larsen, Burbage, Renier, Bayamic, who all just come back from injury. So I've had to put in, like I say, a bunch of the youth teamers just to put a team out. So our starting lineup is Lovakovic, Konoplia, Obadima, Pedro and Bjorkan. We've got Arlen Page as the defensive midfielder, Taylor and Kubo in central midfield, Gordon Connor on the wings and Parody up top. Then on the bench, because this is where the youth team will start, we have this fella who I forgot I had in the youth team. If it will show me his profile, hopefully it will show me his profile. This is Russell Collins. He's a 16-year-old right back who looks like he's got some big potential. Came in through last year's intake of youth players. Quite good, lots of development to do. He's going to need a loan out, but we'll get him there. But he is one of our options, and I say options very, very loosely on the bench. Cerna, Lima, Skorshitowski, Amy, Solari, you know. Then we're back to the youth teams. Ethan Dyer is a young striker come right winger who is coming through our youth system. He is 17 years old. Again, I'll probably think of last year's youth system off the top of my head. He's already valued at 10 million, so this guy must have ridiculous potential. Hopefully we'll help him achieve it, but he is going to be on the bench. He's an England under-19 international already. Probably looking for a loan for him next season, I would suggest. But we'll see if we get a chance to take a look at him today. The next one is a Frenchman, Jacques Parashile, who is French under-16, or a French he has been called up for the under-19 squad. He's not played for them. He's been called up for their under-19 squad. Hasn't played yet. Either way, again, highly rated financially, a decent player who can play pretty much everywhere in midfield, except on the right side, which is a thing I think I'm working on with him, to get him into being a right winger as well. Hopefully a big prospect for us for the future. He's played some games in the Papa John's Trophy this year for the under-23s, so that shows you how highly rated he is as a prospect as well. He could be a long-term member of the team, and Thiago Araujo makes up the rest of the bench, the last experienced man on the bench. So a bit patchy, a bit of a patchy team. Nothing to shout about in terms of depth there, but we'll make it work as best we can. We're going to go into the game and hopefully get the win against Burnley. So we're in the dressing room and we're going to say we're favourites for a reason. Get out there, make sure they're left in no doubt as to why, and that's motivated almost no one. So we're going to say make the difference, make me proud again, as we often do in these team talks, just to really get everyone fired up as best we can. Telling you, I think we're going to skip this because I don't care at all about it anymore. And we're going to go to the TV graphics, see if there's anyone we know in this Burnley squad, because there's probably someone in there we know. Anyone in there we know? Baumgartner, I think, is a player we've come up against. Hauger, Carlson. I think Martinez may have, and Mbete may have played for us in the past as well, but I cannot remember for the life. I think Mbete was on loan at Swindon on the channel, but I don't fully remember. I'm sure I'll get some kind of reminder at some stage. Either way, let's kick this one off and let's see what happens. So first start of the game now, it's with Burnley on the left-hand side. It's with Thomas, so I'm hoping it isn't Luke Thomas, because we had him very early on in the save, and he was pretty decent, but I didn't think he'd make it this far. Carlson, tackled by Bjorkan. Carlson picks up the ball again, though. Bit of a Scandinavian battle there as the ball goes back to Yankov, to Patterson, to Mbete. I looked it up. Luke Mbete played a single game on loan to us about 3 seasons ago. We loaned him from Manchester City for about half a season. I knew I remembered the name. Couldn't remember where from. Bjorkan, though, finds Take in central midfield, and we need to get a goal here. Take on a bit of a mazy run, plays it through for Parody. Parody has a pop, and Stolarczyk makes the save. Martinez clears it to Thomas. Luke Thomas. It is a Luke Thomas. Is it Luke Thomas that played for us? I'm very confused now. So we're about 37 minutes into what has not been a very exciting contest so far. Stolarczyk puts the ball forward for Burnley. Sucic has a pop from range, and Lavakovic makes the save there, which, you know, at least is a save. At least is a save. Carlson will take the corner. Can we get rid of this? We have done. Page gets it clear to Parody. Are we going to hit them on the counter here? No, Baumgartner is going to bring Parody down. This could be a red card, I think. No card. Oh no, yellow card. It was a yellow card, we just didn't see it. Cade Gordon, by the way, picking up a tight hamstring, but I don't really want to take him off just yet because Connor is having one of those games where he doesn't show up again. So that is half-time. We've been the better team on paper, but it is still 0-0. Nothing at all happening here. I think with the favourites, give the fans yeah, sure, let's give that a go. The defence have done actually pretty well. In fact, I'm going to do some individual shouts here because I don't want to give anyone any kind of false impression that they've been outstanding. I think we're going to just tell them you've got the ability to make a difference, go out there and do something different. Defensively, otherwise, I'm going to say that I'm happy with the defensive work. The defensive work has actually been pretty good, despite Canoplia's weird aversion to being told they've done well. I think we're going to tell these guys they have the ability to make a difference, and I think we're going to tell Gustavo Parody that I'm happy with his effort. He's not scored yet, but he is at least putting in some mileage. So we're gonna reward that, I think. Throw in now for Burnley, and it's with Luke Thomas, who isn't the Luke Thomas that played for us. I looked it up. Hauger to Martinez, back to Mbete, Mbete to Patterson. Patterson goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Stolarczyk. Martinez again plays the ball back to Stolarczyk. We're obviously keeping under some pressure here. Ball goes forward. Hopefully we'll get this clear. Canoplia tries to find Connor, doesn't. Carlson to Bacharina. Bacharina, Page with a tackle. Bjorkan to Pedro. Take back to Pedro. Pedro looking very, very good recently as well. Bjorkan finds Connor, who needs to impress me here. Is not going to do it with a through ball like that, which is frankly just an embarrassment to football. Parody picks up the ball. Gordon on it. Back into Parody, looking for Cade Gordon again. Can Cade Gordon get across him? Tries to find Parody, doesn't. Hauger gets it clear. It's fallen to Bjorkan, who's not going to do anything with it. I need to start making some thoughts about changes, and Bjorkan could be among them if I can find the obvious person. I say if I can find, it's Araujo is the obvious person to come on there. I am also going to take off Connor because I'm less than impressed with Connor, and I am less than impressed with Taylor as well today. But Gordon also needs this. It's complex. Right, ball goes in deep, and Levakovic picks it up. Let's focus on what's happening on the pitch. There's an offside happening. I need to make some changes. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll figure it out. Right, Thomas now on the ball for Burnley. I've just been making changes. It came straight out into a highlight, which is interesting. Martinez puts the ball back. The changes, by the way, Solari is going on the left. Now I'm going to send in Dyer for his debut on the right-hand side, just so we can get a little bit of a look at him. That didn't go anywhere. That was a pointless highlight. Don't know why that bothered coming up. Thiago Araujo has picked up a knock, which is not terribly helpful. In fact, let's do something about that right now before we forget. Give that a pause in the background. I can't really take off Thiago Araujo because I don't have anyone else. What I can do is I can swap Taylor and Kubo, which may better that way around. I don't know why I didn't start them around. Hopefully that'll give us a bit more impetus going forward. We're going to also update our opposition instructions because they've made some subs. Hopefully Araujo will see out the last few minutes of this game, the last 20 minutes of the game. Hopefully Take and Taylor will start actually making a difference to us. Konoplia finds Dyer into Konoplia again. Ball goes back post. Parody is there. And Parody, as the world's loudest motorcycle goes past, puts it away. Probably best if I don't hiccup on T whilst I'm also talking. Good stuff. Love my preparation here. We're going to VAR for this one apparently. Dyer plays it back to Konoplia. Cross goes in. Oh, there's no way Parody was offside. Surely the defender on the back post was still there when the ball was hit. Yeah, he was. That goal's going to be given. Beautiful. Parody puts us ahead against Burnley. VAR makes it really hard to celebrate goals properly because you always just feel a bit kind of neutered in the moment. It's not great. It's not a great system. I'm not a fan of it. I should take off Araujo because he's got a bruised head and I don't really want him being concussed. What I am going to do though is I'm going to make some opposition instruction changes and we'll come back when there's a highlight. Right, Martinezson has picked up the ball from a free kick, Yankov to Charablidis to Bacharina. Let's maybe not concede a goal here. Sucic has a go from the back post, or from the near post, I guess, is we're looking at it. But either way, we remain 1-0 up. It's not been the most exciting game in the world here, as Martinez has a pop from the free kick, or gets his head to it from the free kick. And now we've got ourselves a free kick as well, as Araujo picks up the ball to Taylor. To Solari. Solari back to Taylor, who has actually been coming back into the game, same as Take. Now I've swapped them around. Solari through on goal, 1-on-1 with the keeper. Oh, he's hit the post trying to take it in from a tight angle, and Stolacic puts the ball into touch as we head into injury time. Araujo has been the only substitution who's not made a real difference. Dyer is having a fantastic debut. Take puts it in, head away by Bacharina, as Dyer, the man we were just talking about, picks up the ball, lays it back for Obadima. Take now. Can we get something from this? Ball goes deep back post, and Martinezson has stopped Dyer claiming a goal on his senior debut at such a young age as well. Take, though, is going to have a chance from the corner. Can he do something here? Puts the ball into the box, headed away by Thomas. It's with Mbuemo. Konoplia will make the tackle, and that should be the last highlight of the game, you would think. Stolacic pushed the ball forward, headed away by Page. But Yankov on the ball now goes forward. Obadima makes the header. Parody to Page. Page has time. Take finds Solari on the through ball. Can Solari make a nuisance of himself? Has a pop and he just puts it wide. Burnley survive. We've got 40 seconds left on the clock here. Less than 30 seconds, in fact, on the clock. Stolacic, big ball up top. Yankov heads it away. Plays it through, to Charablidis. Ball looking for Mbuemo, got clear by Konoplia into touch, and this should just see things tick away to the final whistle. We are overtime. Drinking tea is not ideal. We're over the injury time limit set as Hauger picks up the ball, cuts it back for Bacharina, and we've been screwed by the referee here. For sure screwed by the referee here, because that whistle should have gone. There is absolutely no good reason they should have had time for that equaliser. And it doesn't even go to VAR, despite the fact that was clearly offside when Hauger picked that up. Absolutely ridiculous. He's played extra time on top of injury time for no good reason whatsoever, and he's cost us 2 points. This referee can get in the bin, and if I get a chance to do a press conference now, I am going to yell some stuff about this referee being an absolute con artist. Joachim Knopfler gets the Man of the Match award for us. I'm going to say we were unlucky today, because we were, and because the referee has absolutely screwed us. And actually, I'm going to take some time here just to have a nice little chat with Ethan Dyer too, because he's done pretty well for a debut performance, and I think he deserves a bit of credit for that, considering he was brought in very much as an emergency backup replacement. We are going to see if we get ourselves a talent interview here. I'm hoping we do, because that ref needs a talking about. And if he doesn't, then, we'll just have to make a note of his name and make sure that, I don't know, his bathroom doesn't work or something when he next comes. Your team will concede an extreme late goal today to cost you a result. Were you surprised that so much stoppage time was added? Well, I mean, is anybody surprised at another officiating mistake? It's beyond a joke now. Can you get his fantastic run of form going? Yeah, we're blowing things out of the water recently. Said about risks of complacency? I don't think so. My players are dedicated. Bashford, how will that moment affect the team? They'll learn from that and not concede late in the game. Again, is the best we can do. I don't know why it's trying to show me Chelsea's thing, but Ethan Dyer, there we go, local lad gets. Why are you showing me that information? I don't want that information. Yeah, could have been a better performance today, but I guess we'll live and we'll learn. We've hit 40 points, which should mean we're safe from relegation now at least. And we've brought Tottenham within 13 points as well. By the way, this will confuse some people. I forgot to take players off of under 18 duty because it was Sunday, because I'm smart, and that's why I didn't have Johnson, Amaral or Garnacho available on the bench to me today, because I thought that through. Ironically, Garnacho probably would have made a difference today, but that, I'm afraid, is life. Anyway, we're coming back for the last game of the season, which I know you can't see it down there, but you'll see it up here. It's Wolves away at Molineux. Hopefully, if we can keep this run of form going, and we've got to play Spurs, so we could peg them back to being whatever I said, -3. So is that 10 points ahead of us? We're playing Spurs next. If we can peg Spurs back to 10 points away from us, there's a small chance that last spot could be ours, but we're going to have to do something very, very special. So it is going to go either way. So join me then on Friday for that game. Hopefully things will be looking good then. And in the meantime, I've been Chasing Lenny. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, all that good stuff. Tell me if you think we can overturn Tottenham. That's always a good thing for you to talk about. And in the meantime, I have been Chasing Lenny. Thank you for watching. I'll see you very soon. Have a good one.